Evening all. I hope everybody's well, and yes, very annoyed from the England results, so I thought after taking on a number of cans of alcohol, I'd give it a short stream just for something to do to cheer me up. So whoever's online, come and cheer me up. That was awful. I think that referee was definitely French, but never mind. Right, let's get going. Now, I do need to go through some cockpit inspection checklists, but before we do that, I'm going to pop some power on and some lighting. So we'll go for the battery A and B and external power. And we'll pop some flood lighting on. We're going to go with real time. Okay, standby switch. We'll go to test to the green light. Check and on. Emergency light switch we will arm, which is up here. This is all good fun when you've had a beer. Landing gear should be down, which it is. And we need to check the battery volts, which are fine, the 28. So we've got external power connected. And we need to set our external lights, which should be nav only, and I think they are, but we'll double check. Oh, what's going on here? I don't know what that was, bouncing up and down, but we have got external lights. Something's going on with Menzies truck over here. Fair play. Okay, so our ground controller is on the 121.750. Right, before we call up for control, let's just do our weight and balance. So, where's my flight plan? Our fuel for the route should be 1920. There's a whole debate going on my phone about that game right now. I'm not going to get involved. 1920, there we go. Takeoff weight should be 13273. Let's see how close we can get to that. Just hide this, and 13. We've got 13283. I'm going to make a note of that. 13283, because I'll need to manually add some cargo as we go through. Okie dokie, so let's go into utilities, requests, weight and balance. I'm going to skip all of this for now to take off. I'm going to synchronise our fuel. Now our current takeoff, actual aircraft weight is 13011. We know it should be 13283. Take away 13011. So we need to add 272 kilos of cargo to match. So our weights are right, which we've done. Now I know that we're out of runway 06 because we've got some 80s, but we'll call up anyway. I need to switch on live weather. Why is this not coming on automatically anymore? Right, we're at stand 200. The ATIS information is alpha. QNH is 1010. Right, so we'll call for our IFR clearance, then we'll load our flight plan in as. So I think we should be from memory. We'll go some. Is it a 1 Charlie or 1 Mike? Let's have a look at the flight plan. 1 Delta. Okay. Edinburgh Grand, good evening. ExecJet 2064. Citation Longitude with Alpha. We're at stand 200. QNH 1010. IFR clearance, please, through to Birmingham. Have they gone offline? I know what. Oh, do I know what the problem is?
Exec Jet 2064 cleared to Birmingham. Gotham 1 Charlie departure. Squawk, correction, sorry, Gotham 1 Delta departure. Squawk 7572, and information alpha is correct.
Cleared Birmingham, Gotham 1 Delta 7572 on the squawk, ExecJet 2064. I think that's a newbie, bless him. Okay, Gotham. Right, so let's go into our flight plan until we get our read back. We're going EGBH. We're going to EGBB. From a procedural point of view, we're departing on Gotham 1 Delta. Runway 06, we'll load that in.
Exec Jet 2064, Edinburgh ground.
Yeah, I did do a read back. Did you get that okay? Oh, hang on. My push to talk doesn't seem to want to work. So let me just go in. Edinburgh ground, ExecJet 2064. Can you read me now?
ExecJet 2064. Yes, readability 4.
Roger that. I don't know why, but I wasn't transmitting on my push to talk. We're cleared to Birmingham, Gotham 1 Delta, squawking 7572, ExecJet 2064.
Exec 2064, correct.
There we go. Right, I don't know what happened then. I could see on vPilot that I wasn't transmitting, so I just restarted the same card driver. So hopefully, in terms of the stream, you can hear me okay. Right, so let's load in the rest of our flight plan route. So we're going to P600 to Fenwick. So we'll go load waypoint, airway P600, correct, to Fenwick, and we'll click load. From Fenwick, if I can get it to load on my screen, 612 to Albus. Roger that, that's loaded. From there, UL 612 to Croft. That's done and registered. So we've got no ATC online at the moment. So let's go with, this is suggesting runway 15. So procedurally we'll load a Croft 1 Bravo. Runway 15, we'll load that. And I am going to amend some of the constraints so that we can land. We should be good after a few beers, but we'll give it a go. ILS 15, we will load that. Okay, so chase will sit at a 9,000. What I'm going to do is remove that constraint. So we should be good for our approach. Okie dokie, back to our checklist. So cockpit inspection is complete. The CAS messages have been checked. We've got bus style closed. It will be because we've got no engine power. Parking brakes on, so we're being told we can't take off, which is fine. APU, right, so we need to start the APU now, so let's do that. And we click to on, and then we go to start. External power needs to be disconnected. I'm going to wait till the APU bleed has kicked in. And we can do that simply by clicking on home, aircraft systems, synoptics, and then we will go in to bleed. And at the minute, you'll see when the APU kicks over. You'll also hear the air conditioning kick in as well, hopefully. I am so annoyed about the England result. I know the APU's started now. Let's have a listen outside. We can hear it. I don't know what's going on with that Menzies truck, but it's bouncing up and down. So what I'm waiting for here is that valve to open, which I think it's just opened. There we go. So the external power can now be disconnected. We've already got our clearance and we need to set our trims. So we'll set with that's in the green. I'm going to do it quite nose heavy actually. Wait has been completed. Right, takeoff data we'll do next. So utilities, are we in the wrong place? We are. Performance, takeoff data, the weather we will load. We need to just use the RIT. Runway should be a 06, which we can confirm. The takeoff config, flaps 1, check. Anti-ice, is there any clouds? No, I don't think there is. I will check the METAR. Thrust reversers are stowed. Takeoff factor 1, rolling takeoff, we'll probably say yes actually. Takeoff data 101, 107, V2, 123, so V2 plus 10 for flaps up is 133. We'll accept those. That won't populate till the flaps are extended, which is fine. So the V speeds have been set. Pressurization, landing elevation has been confirmed of 316. Fuel quantity has been checked, and the autopilot we need to engage and disengage. Right, engaged and disengage. Correct, that's checked. So before start, we need to make sure the brakes are engaged, and they are, and we can see that on ECAS, and we need to check the ECAS memo, which is also correct. So we can now start up the engines. Edinburgh ground, exec jet 2064, request engine start.
Exec jet 2064, stand 200, push start approved, facing west please.
We don't need to push, sir. Can we just engine start exec jet 2064?
Exec jet 2064, Rog, stand by.
Stand by, okay, bless him. Anyway, just whilst he sorts himself out, let's start engine number 2.
Exec jet 2064, taxi holding point Alpha 1 via runway 06 via Papa and Alpha please.
Okay, we're just starting engines, but afterwards we'll taxi runway holding point Alpha 1 runway 06 via Papa and Alpha, exec jet 2064. Okay, so throttles are idle, we're starting the engines, and then we'll start the opposite engine, and then we'll check our CAS system. So engine 2 is stable. Let's start engine 1. Make sure these are, I can't tell if they're open or shut actually on that. There we go. We'll start number 1. And while we're waiting, we will go into our flight controls, aircraft system, synoptics, and we will go flight controls. We're going to do full up, full down, and neutral, full left, full right, neutral, full rudder left, full rudder right, and neutral. We are good. Okay, speed brakes are up. And down. Checked. Flap set for takeoff. Check. Avionics set, so we're going to go, we've got an ATC, so we're going to go straight to flight level 270. Super. Flight director's already on. We'll go VNav. We'll select the rest and nav. But before we click nav, we'll change our source to FMS and nav. Roger that. So altitude is set. Altimeters are set. And engine ice, not what's temperature outside, which is 3 degrees. Well, actually, yeah, we're going to go with an anti-ice on. So I'm just going to go back to our takeoff performance. I'm just going to correct that. So anti-ice being on, and just amend our takeoff speeds and accept those. There's no change to them anyway, which is fine. Cool. We've already got our taxi clearance. So pop our seatbelt signs on and taxi lights on. Need to do a brake check, nose to wheel steering check, and thrust reversers check as required, which we're not going to do. Okay, parking brakes released. We're going to taxi via Papa and Alpha to runway 06, which is the complete other side of the airport. But we've already been cleared to taxi by ATC. Pretend those stairs aren't there. I'm not really going to cut them in half. Oh, we've got snow on the ground. How cool is that? Now, pre-warn everybody, obviously I've watched the England game, I've had a few beers, so we're drink flying. To cheer myself up after such a result with the England game, I thought I'd do a stream. Right, we'll idle the throttles. So before takeoff checklist, the flaps are set, that's checked, yes. Speed brakes are retracted, yes. Trims are set for takeoff, let's just check. Yes. Oh, I thought they were actually, they're not. Glad we checked. Right, they're now in the green. I am going to leave it quite nose heavy. I am going to steer on the green line as well, which would help. Ice protection system is required. Oh, I can see why my nose wheel steering button on my joystick is to the right, hence me pulling to the right. V speeds are displayed, check. Speed knob is set to FMS, check. Crew briefing is complete. The radar is as required. Right, the static heat button is on. And then normal. So we need to click off here and then back to normal, check. Flight controls are free and correct. Actually, that's cleared. We'll hold fire now until we're cleared for takeoff. So we're fully ready, really. Needs to watch our speed. We're at 32 knots now. And let's just change my view slightly. I love how there's snow on the ground in Edinburgh. That's so cool. I know this is so when we take off, the nose just climbs so fast, we just have to really trim it down. We should get a handoff to Unicom now. Just take some energy out of the aircraft as we start to arrive. Well, he hasn't handed us off, has he? So Out of politeness, I'll call him back. Edinburgh ground EGBB 2064 request frequency change.
EGBB 2064, my apologies. Monitor Unicom, no further ATC. Monitor Unicom 12.8. Have a safe flight. Good night.
122.8 for EGBB 2064. See ya. Edinburgh traffic EGBB 2064 is lining up runway 06. So just before we go, so flight controls are free, ice is on, exterior lights. Now this does control all the lights, but I still like to push the button, which is the anti-collision lights. ECAS is checked. So we're good. We'll line up. Doesn't like to move, does it? Oh, there we go. I notice when the ground's wet or icy, you take quite a lot of energy to propel the aircraft forward. Okay, we'll idle the throttles. Okay, so with this aircraft, what we'll do from here, once we stop, once we're lined up, we will engage the auto throttle, even though it won't engage. You'll see that the words take off appear, and then as we accelerate, the word hold should appear in green, and then that will take over as we increase our speed. Okay. Edinburgh traffic EGBB 2064 is taking off runway 06, go sun 1 Delta departure. Okay, so engines stabilized, takeoff power set. The word hold is eliminated now on the PFD. 70 knots. V1, rotate. V2 plus 10, flaps up and gear up as well. You'll notice the nose will probably climb horrendously, so I will pitch the nose down. And then autopilot's coming on, and then FLC, which will then operate at our FMS speeds. After takeoff, let's confirm the landing gear is up, which it is. Flaps are up. Throttles are in climb. Well, we're still in takeoff at the moment, so that should switch to climb shortly. A slow process on the automated throttle. My throttles are in climb, but the auto throttle has got us in takeoff still. Icing is still required. Pressurization is coming up, I can see that, that's good. Altimeters will need to be changed. In fact, we will change now to standard pressure. We're still in takeoff power. At this point on this aircraft, now we'll turn off the APU. And we're going to hold 6,000 feet. quite a nice sight from the night time. At this point I am going to turn off our anti-icing as there's no clouds that are in going to cause us any icing issues. But I will watch for that. That still says we're in takeoff, but on here we're in climb, which is, so I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do is, know what, we're flight level 60. Let's find, there's no ATC. Let's just double check there's no ATC that suddenly sneaked on. No. So I'm going to take us direct to Dean's Cross now, which is quite a hell of a shortcut. Probably going to be under one of these somewhere. How do we uncollapse? I can't remember. There's a way to uncollapse these. Oh, there it is. Expand all. And I'm looking for Dean's Cross. We'll go direct Dean's Cross. That should take away our climb restriction, which it does, and we should be taking a left turn now, which we are. At this point we'll take off the seatbelt off. Pretend I'd put the landing lights on. I did forget. I did forget. Even though I followed the checklist and confirmed I did it, I didn't do it. Right, okay, so we will start to look at our arrival now, even though we're still climbing. So I've already set all of this up. So it's a straight-in approach into runway 15. Radio needs to be on a 110.1 on the frequency, so we'll swap that over. That should be active on both 1 and 2, which it now is, which is cool. Loading my charts, I'm just going to load the minimums. I think there's 473 from memory, but I'm just going to double check. So we're going to go add to route and load open chart. My sound card's doing some weird things tonight. I can right, the actual minimums is 503. So we'll click home. We will click utilities, Barrow, and then 503. I'm half expecting some ATC to come on after the England game. Probably turn down our floodlighting whilst we're on our flight. Why our speed's still stuck at 200? We must have a bug here. We've got some form of speed constraint at 200 knots. I can see that because we're climbing like ridiculously slow. So let's click on flight plan and VNAV. Just go back to the top. I think because we did that direct, there must be a speed constraint somewhere that's holding us at 200. What aircraft speed target? It is set at 200. Climb. See if that makes a difference. No. We have a constraint somewhere on our speed at 200 knots. Right, so let's pop that in at 280 for our climb. We'll select, well, we've selected it. I'm unsure here how to push that through because it's selected. Right, let's take FLC off and back on. Does that push it through? Well, we're nearly at cruising altitude, to be fair, but we're crawling along so slow. There's no constraints. Well, that's one to go back to the developers with because that doesn't seem right. 1,000 to go. Well, I'm hoping once we've... I mean, that's still saying takeoff. There's some kind of bug there. Well, I'm just going to flip the throttle. There we go. We're going to go into climb now. What's it going to climb at? .200 knots still. Let's just try pushing 200 knots back through. I don't know. I could take it out of FMS and manually do it, but as I say, we're virtually at our speed anyway. At our altitude, apologies. I did hit standard before. Why wasn't it in standard? So for some reason we're locked in some kind of speed restriction. So for our cruise we should be at Mach. So we'll see once we arrive at our altitude. Let's just climb a little bit faster. So we seem to have been locked in some form of takeoff configuration to our speed. Now we've reached our cruise altitude, we seem to be gaining our speed. Been quite an interesting flight so far, considering England have lost. I've downed a couple of beers and whatever. Please make sure you like the video, by the way, because it just helps me get exposure. Quite a small little channel, so really appreciate that. It's still trying to go for that speed. Let's just have a look. Climb. And cruise should be there. Right. What does that give us up here? Still going for 288. So back to, I want to play with this. I want to find out what's causing this. Profile. Let's just get rid of this. Right, there we go. So if you input a speed, it overrides it for the whole profile. Top of descent's in about 11 minutes. Lovely clear night. There was a nice bit of snow on the ground in Edinburgh. Anybody else watch the England match tonight? What were your thoughts? That's better. I'm used to the longitude redlining the speed. Oh, I didn't even turn the landing lights out. That's alcohol for you. Don't drink beer and fly a plane, kids. It's not healthy. So we're just approaching Dean's Cross. It's a lovely night. It's amazing how tinted the windows are. There should be some moonlight at least coming through here. What I'm going to do right now is dialing 4,000 feet, ready for our descent. It's crazy that outside view is quite light, even though it's night time. Inside view is just pitch black. Anyway, after about 6 pints of Carlin or Stella or whatever it is, we'll attempt to hand fly the approach, which could go either way, I'm not going to lie. But it'll be worth a laugh. Still got anti-ice on. I thought that was turned off. Ah, we missed one. There we go. Right, so let's do our landing approach speeds. Looking at our approach checklist, landing data. So it should be Birmingham runway 15. That is checked. Let's load the meta. Let's have a look at the meta as well. The QNH is 1008, so let's pre-select 1008. Done. Runway should be 15, correct. Landing config, flaps will be full, anti-ice should be off. Auto throttle we'll say is on, not when it makes a difference, we'll accept those. So we've got a 113, 124 approach. Check. Just looking at the descent checklist, pressurization check, APU start below 8, flight level 310. I'm not going to start the APU, it's not required. Yeah, that's all cool. And we're about 5 minutes off top of descent. Still no ATC. Come on, the England game's finished now. Log on, guys, log on. Actually, there's virtually no pilots in the UK. There's there's 4 aircraft over the whole UK airspace. But then when I look across Germany, it's rammed. Ireland's busy. UK's dead. I don't even think I need to call out when we get to Birmingham. We'll just land. So where's our top? I can see top of the descent is just before Croft. Okay, cool. I'm just so gutted that the airspace is so quiet now. One of the guys that follows the channel, a guy called Flops, has sent me a mod to remove the laminate window, and I must admit I forgot to install it. So let's give it a go. Well, Discord's doing some updates, so I can't. Ah, there we go. Right. It won't help this flight, but I'm going to put it on for next flight, and if it works, I'll post a link within. Right, what's this? Discord is requesting us. Yeah, that's fine. Discord is live, so let's go to my messages. I'm just going to while I'm waiting to descend, I'm just going to download these tinted windows. How to remove the tinted windows, click this link. Okay. Let me download that one, and then also he's got a texture improvement mod. We'll try that as well. And we will put those on for the next flight we do. Because, as I say, that's ridiculous. You compare to and you look out there, and then you look for the window, it's just pitch black. It's not very often I get to text at night, but my wife's gone out for a few beers with her work friends, so let's make the most of it. And England got kicked out of the World Cup, so it's worth having a beer over. Have a beer and fly your plane. Here we go, we're descending. Descent checklist, pressurization, elevation check. So should be 316 for Birmingham. 316 check. APU start, negative, I'm not starting the APU. Altimeters preset, a preset at 1008 check. Exterior lights is required, and we don't need any exterior lights till we get to 10,000 feet. Descent checklist complete. Have I still got some kind of flood lighting on here? Thought so. Right, I'm going to leave the plane for 1 minute, nip to the loo whilst we're descending. I'll be back in just a moment. Right, I'm back. That was a quick one. Alright, where is our ATC? Let's have a double check again. So checking this, I've still seen 6 or 7 aircrafts. There's a few more people shown up since, but it's so quiet. Quick check that we got 110.1 on our nav 1. That is confirmed. And we'll go direct to Chase now. Home, flight plan, Chase. We'll go direct to Chase. So we're off our profile slightly by the look of it, so we'll help out with a downwards input of vertical speed to about 4,000 feet per minute. We should then pick up our path. I wonder if we can see our deviation on here actually, if we click VNAV. No, for some reason we're not shown any. So let's go back, let's just play the game. Let's go Chase needs to be 4,000 feet. There we go, we are far too low now, thought so. So we'll start descending now at 1,000 feet per minute. We should catch up with the curve. Let's see if we've got deviation now on VNAV. Yes, you can see your top of descent now is in 1 minute. So what I might even do is bring that down to about 500 feet. And then we can see a top of descent point again, which that's good. We've caught up with the curve. I've noticed with this beta version, Unlike the Phoenix and the PMDG, if you go direct, it can really screw up the constraints. You just need to be one step ahead. Well, I'm not looking forward to this landing after a few beers, but so be it, right? So be it. Let's just click home on here and traffic. And we can see that we're gonna establish at this point here. Right, what's the wind like in Birmingham? Let's have a quick look. So if we go back, go to the bottom, click Birmingham and click info and weather, 3 knots, 170, okay, cool. Let's see if those mods have downloaded whilst this has been going on. I've got the, yeah, there they are. I'm going to paste these in now, hopefully it won't affect this flight. And then we've got this one to go in texture improvements, cut. What I'll do is once we land, I'll reload the sim and we'll have a look to see if these improve the sim. We're not too far off landing now. There we go. Right, so we are below 10,000 feet. Landing lights are going on. Ram air temperature is -5, but we've got no cloud. What I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to synchronize the heading. I'm going to go to heading mode. I'm now going to go to lock 1 and approach. We're not far off. Can't select it yet, so it must be too far out, but I can see that we're, well, I can see the frequency. At this point I'm going to take the speed off the FMS. No, we're not 300. I don't know what's going on here. We're going to take this down to 200 knots. Oops, missed. Approach mode activated. I'm going to pop a little bit of speed brake in to bleed that speed off. And let's take it back out. So we're perfectly on the approach profile, as you can see our diamond. Do I hand fly this after about 5 or 6 points watching the England game, or do I let the autopilot do it? No matter what happens, right, I can't get this below minus 200 on the landing anyway, so I might just hand flight just for the sake of it. But if I cock it up, don't take the piss. It's all alcohol related, I'm afraid. So we're 15 miles out. Birmingham traffic, good evening. Exit jet 2064 is inbound, straight in approach runway 15 at 15 miles. I've done my call out even though there's hardly anybody online. We're going to set local pressure. So I'll set the altitude down to 3,000 because that's our go around. Go 3,000 set. $12 miles out. Localizer established and on the glide. And at 10 miles we'll go flaps 1, and I'm going to drop the speed down to about 160 because this is quite a slippery bird to keep under control. And you'll see without flaps full and gear down, she really doesn't want to slow down at all. Birmingham traffic, exec jet 2064, final approach runway 15 at 8 miles. Just need to watch for icing at the minute, so I can't see the runway at the moment. That would suggest there's a level of cloud. And at 6 miles, gear down. And we'll set our final approach speed of 123. And at 5 miles, flaps full. Just about to see the runway lights now. Quite a lot of cloud, I think. I'll go for anti-icing. Just about to see the runway lights around there, look. Right, alcohol induced. Let's manually land the plane. This might go anywhere. Don't take the mickey out of me. We're already slightly off track. For no sight. It is quite cloudy. Continue. I'm not going to touch the throttle tonight. I want to see what actually happens with the auto throttle. I could hear it's idled. It's got to be minus 200 and something again. It always is. Why is the throttle just cut out? Reverses. Slightly missed the point. We just made it. Okay, taxi light on. Flaps up. What was our landing rate, by the way? Because I think my flare was pretty crap. 191. I thought it was a crap flare. It's actually the best landing rate I've had in this aircraft so far. I can't butter it for some reason. I really can't butter it. Foggy. I gotta admit, I really love this aircraft. Welcome to Birmingham, everyone. Birmingham? Right, let's turn off the seatbelts. Right then, there we go. Shall we got no animation to open the doors, but thanks for joining. I'm probably going to go and have another beer now, but probably not best to stream again. I do want to install that mod of flops which removes. Yeah, I'm probably going to stream again in a minute. I just need to go and get a beer, but I'll end this stream and restart it. Just landed. Good to see you, Simweaver. Give me 2 minutes and I'll probably start another stream if that's alright with you, buddy. Apart from that, I'll see you all later. Take care, guys. See ya. Tra.